Well, good afternoon, everybody. Today we're going to be doing a review of the TONOR T20 microphone suspension scissor arm stand. Now, I found this company because I was looking on Amazon for some type of boom arm, and I originally found their other product, and I bought that, and that's actually a little bit longer of an arm, and this is the updated version, and it's a little bit smaller, and I'm not sure which one I'm going to use yet, but I'm going to be doing kind of a compare and contrast with the other one in a different review. But for right now, I'm going to go over exactly what this is, some of the specifications, and how you can adapt it to various types of microphones, and also possibly some GoPros from that perspective. So this is made out of steel, weighs 1.7 pounds, it's 27 inches long. It will support right around 4 pounds from that perspective. And you also get a couple of different adapters with this. You get the 3/8 into the 5/8 for the male adapter. And then it's right around, I think I paid $39.99 on Amazon. It was 2-day Prime, so I think I got it in 3 days. That's just because of all the shipping issues that you're getting. So it comes in this box. It's exactly how they send it. It's the shipping label over there. It's actually a nice little box. I mean, if you are definitely going to be traveling a lot, or you don't want to throw away the box, I think this is a good idea to actually keep the box. It's pretty durable, and like I said, they shipped it just like this. So I'm going to do the unboxing real quick here and kind of bring in some examples. So right away, as you can see, it's a pretty small box for the most part. You just get the simple instructions over here. Now, I've dealt with their customer service just for some general questions on Facebook, and they get back to you right away, which is great. This pop filter, I've been using that on my other one, and it's absolutely phenomenal. It's probably one of my favorite pop filters I've ever used from that perspective. So here's some of the examples you get over here. This is an upgraded arm they have from the last one. And then here's some of the adapters that you get with the other microphone set. And I'm going to be doing a review on that one too. So let me just kind of take everything out. These are the these are the straps that you get for your microphone arm. Now, I really like these straps. The other ones, they don't say TONOR on there, but I like the branding and everything. They hold up really well. So what I like about these is when you put this inside just like this, it grabs really well. You have no issues with that. At first, I wasn't sure how to put these on because sometimes you have to put them on just like this. For example, you can put it on like that too because it grabs from both sides. Just depends on if you want black or if you want just with the toner out, but it works really well. And they give you 4 of these, which is really nice. These can be kind of a pain depending on the company you get them from. So here's just your warranty. I believe that comes with a 2-year warranty. Here's the pop filter that you get. Basically, it's the same exact one you get with the more advanced microphone set. You can choose to get 2 different types of microphone with the other one. This is articulating. This is really nice over here. It pretty much stays in place everywhere you want to go. This can be, I don't want to call this a challenge because it's really not. You just got to really be kind of tight with it when it's snug, and then you can move this back and forth within the arm, which I'll do a quick demonstration of. Here's the adapter you get. This is just your typical adapter. They actually, I like this adapter a lot. It's not cheap. I would probably put this anywhere from $5 to about $10 on the retail because I've had to buy these before, and they're right around there for the good ones, and for the crappy ones, you're probably paying $1 or $2. Here's another good thing. You can get this for a microphone. Now, I'm going to bring in my, I'm sorry, not my Zoom H6. That's what I'm talking on right now. I'm going to bring in a Rode microphone. It will not fit into there. Now, this is something that you can have for an option, and here's the adapter over here. This is plastic, and I'll keep that in the side in a second. So here's the other part of this in here. So you also get the microphone part. I'm never going to use these. I don't use these ever, but it's just nice to have just in case. I'll put this to the side. Now here's the more advanced version of what they had before for their microphone stand arm. Now I think this is a much better design. I'm going to bring in the other one again when I do the compare and contrast with this one, since I'm actually talking on it right now, and I do love this microphone arm. I mean, for $40 compared to the blue one, the blue is $100, and then the Rode one I believe is $200 and something. This sits really nice on the table. It's got a good feel to it. This is a little bit deeper, And then this is all padded over here just so you don't mark up your desk. Now, if you do put this on a desk, I highly, highly recommend you put maybe something underneath just in case. And I would do this with any microphone arm, just not with a toner, because I've used several of them over the years, especially working in college and radio. And then this is really nice too, how this is designed. But what's nice about this is you've got a nice little area where you can get a good bass from, and then this can swivel over here. So I'm going to bring out the actual microphone arm. And when I was opening the box, I was actually kind of surprised how small this was in a good way. So if you want one that's not too big and not too small, this one's almost perfect. So let me bring this out, put this to the side over here, and here we go. So this does come with something on top so it doesn't spring out. But this is a little bit smaller than the other one. The other one is maybe about this much longer. It's the same exact type of metal. This one is thicker. It's built a little bit better. It's a little bit more durable. And I kind of did a small compare and contrast with this earlier. So this is pretty much the same over here. This is a 3/8. This has got a good feel to it over here. Now you just got to really play around with this. This is pretty much the same too. But as far as the spring system, it's very similar design to the last one, but they did make a lot of improvements. And when I do the compare and contrast later with the other original arm, I will kind of go through a couple from that perspective. So it's your typical system as far as the springs. I think this looks really nice. You'll be able to do cable management well. So for example, you would put this on your desk, put this in over here, and this can swivel. Now in the other one, they actually do have a little button over here. It's a little button arm that so you can swivel this around. And once you put this in place, you're not going to have a problem with exactly where you want to get it, because a lot of microphones, once you put it where you want to get it, they tend to go like this. So, and then here's the other articulating part over here. So that's how easy it is. You do get a good amount of feel to this. They say this can support 4 pounds. I would maybe even put that a little bit more. And I'm going to bring in some of the adapters in a minute. Kind of put this to the side. So here's one part that you have to it. So depending on the microphone you have, and like I said, I'm going to bring in 2 different Rode microphones. I'm going to bring in some adapters from SIRUI too. This would just be this over here. If you want to use a different type of microphone. So for example, maybe if you have like a Rode NTG, now you really have to depend on how this is going to fit on the inside. So, but it's a nice little adapter that they include. The other adapter they have is, this is the 3/8 to 1/4, which is really nice. And then just in case you want to do another 3/8, they have a 3/8 over here too. So, and then that would hook up to this over here. Now, the ones that I have, for example, I'm talking on a Zoom H6 with a stereo mic with another adapter that I have on there because I needed to buy an adapter from the 5/8, and I'm going to bring that in a minute. So this is how this pretty much goes on top over here. Now you really have to play with this because everyone's going to be different as far as where they're going to want to position this in their microphone. I tend to have this pretty high just because that's how I like it. Now, take this all the way out, and it will mark this up just a little bit, but I'm not really too worried about this. This goes in like this. Now, like I said, you really have to play with this and how you like it, but there's a world of difference in your P's, obviously, in the pop filter, because that's the whole idea and concept behind a pop filter. Now, these can be really expensive, these pop filters. I really like the fabric on here. This is the same exact one that you get with the other one. So it's pretty thin for the most part. I've tried using other pop filters and also other covers for my microphone, and I like the pop filter better just from the sheer fact that you can kind of hear a little bit of a noise difference just in the quality. It's just a tad. I mean, you got to really be subtle about it and have some really good headphones on. So that's pretty much that. So I'm actually I put this on backwards, but that's neither here nor there. Let me just take this off real quick over here. And I'm going to put it on the right way later. And then I'm going to kind of show you cable management too at the same time. So that goes like that. And depending on how many cables you run, like for example, right now I'm running 2 different cables from my Zoom H6. I run from the line in. I run the other one for the microphone. For my headphones. So depending on how you like your cables over here, it's just as simple like that. And I think it looks really visually pleasing too. If you don't like that side, then they're really easy to adjust. I mean, I've seen several of these and they can be kind of a disaster, but I really like the toner ones. I only use 2 of them right now, but you can also use these for cable management too, just in general, which is really nice too. And that's pretty much it. Now, you kind of have to adjust this for here. That's what will kind of happen with that. But that actually kind of works if you want to move your cables around. It just depends on what you want to do. Like I said, let me take this off real quick and kind of get some of the adapters that I have just as an example of how you can use this. So let me put this to the side. Okay. Over here. So this is obviously a Rode Video Mic Plus, and I also have the Rode NTG just as an example too. So for example, with Rode, you really don't need that. You don't need the pop filter, but it's just nice to have. So it's just as simple as this. That's it. And then you have your own mic. You can use this as a boom mic. You could use this kind of like as a podcast mic. Put this in front of your face. Or, you know, Rode is just really good about having this as a boom mic too, which is really nice. This is going to be for a very small setup, by the way. I mean, you could probably use this for a full-fledged studio production. If you want it in frame, if you want out of frame. I kind of like them in frame. I kind of like to have that break the fourth wall per se. So, now here's the Rode NTG video mic. This is my favorite new mic now. I still love my Zoom H6 with the stereo mic, but it threads in pretty nice. And what's nice is you don't really need an adapter for this one. And then you can kind of do the management like that. That swivels over here, which is really nice. This is actually a different design than the original one. And like I said, I keep on saying the original one. I will do the review just to give you guys an idea, but I'm talking on it right now. So it's kind of a pain to take everything apart and then from that perspective. So that's pretty much it. It's that simple. So depending on how you like this, where you want to position this at. So if you want to maybe position this lower, you can do that. It just depends on how you like everything for the most part. Now, I'm also going to bring in some adapters that I'm currently using, because the way I have my Zoom H6 set up, it's actually set up on a 90-degree angle, and I'm going to bring in why I like that too. So then I also have some other adapters that I've used in the past. So here's another adapter that I have. This is the 1/4 to 3/8, and this is also from a SIRUI tripod. So this is 3/8 to 1/4, again, just in case you need it. So here's the one for the GoPro. So for example, you might need to actually, oh, it actually fell down. Hold on a second. Okay, so here's the adapter. Sorry about that. That comes with it. So if you maybe want to adapt this to here, you can do that to, this is back to a 1/4, from 1/4 to 5/8. And then if you want to use the 1/4, maybe for a GoPro mount, you would need something like this over here. That's not, that was my stomach. And then that's just a 1/4 mount over here. And then I don't have a GoPro that's currently, I don't think I have a GoPro in front of me. No, I don't have a GoPro. So that's pretty much the GoPro mount and how that would go like this. Tighten that up, and then you have a GoPro. Now I'm going to bring in my other adapter and how I would use this on the current one that I have set up, just so everybody can see. So these are the SIRUI mounts right over here. This comes with, I believe, their tabletop version, and this comes with their mini tripod. I just got these in today. I'm a big fan of the company. They make great tripods in general, but this would be a good idea. For example, I'm not sure which one I'm going to use. I don't think it really matters. Let's use the red one, just because I kind of like the red. So the colors I have for my company, ironically, for StefanShoots.com is black and red. So that just goes on like this. And I have a Aputure adapter that I'm currently using. So what I mean by that is you have this over here. And so, for example, I'm going to put the adapter, hold on a second here. I'm going to put the adapter on here so you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about as far as adapting using the 1/4 to a 3/8 back to this. So again, this is the 3/8 obviously. You would put that in just like this. This is if you're using this type of mic, because on the Zoom H6, it's already a 1/4 that's in there, so that ends up working out very well. That would go in like this. And it's important that I'm showing you this because you're going to understand in a second why I like the L setup with an extra one. So get that a little bit tighter. Make sure that's 100% straight. Okay, that's straight. And then we have that. Tighten that bad boy up. So for example, when this is sitting down like this in here, again, this is really nice too. The new advanced design, it's really nice. It's not gonna make any type of noise, because once you have this arm set, it should not move at all. But this is just nice that it can swivel like this, because the other one has a little tiny lock part on there. Now I never used a lock, but it's just a good one to have. So I'm not sure which I'm actually going to use. It just depends on the setup. I might use this, for example, also you can use this for a light. I have a couple of extra lights that I use, and I have 3 lights set up right now. So, for example, when I have my Zoom H6 on here, this is coming from the side just like this. And then this is set up just like this. So let me tighten this up. Tighten that up. And then tighten this up. And hold on, that's not tight. Tighten this up over here. Even though it's not tight. So what I mean by that is, here's the bottom part over here. And then I would be talking right over here in my Zoom H6. In my Zoom H6, obviously it's a little bit bigger, and this goes higher. But it really depends on how you want to set this up. This would probably work better, for example, like on the other Rode mic, which I'll bring in a second, just to give you guys an example over here. So let me take that off. Take that off over here. This is going to take some time to get used to, guys. It really depends on which setup you want and what's going to work better for you. So I would highly recommend you experimenting with this. Okay, this won't come off because it's a little bit too tight right now. But you guys tend to get the idea. And then the pop filter would go. Let me put this one back on real quick. You guys can get an idea of what I'm talking about. So going to tighten this one up real quick over here. These tripods can be a pain. I've used several in the past, and one thing I don't like about this one, it's not the D-ring. It's just a typical one like this. So that's pretty tight. And then now my example will work well. Tighten this up over here. So for example, when the boom arm is straight down like this, I have the boom, this part is actually on my chest, and then I'm talking into the Zoom H6 because the Zoom H6 will actually extend further up because I have the SSH mic on there. Or you could even do it just like this. It really depends on how you want to do it. You really have to play around with this, people. You really have to play around with this. And then this part would come, you'd put this on top over here, and you can use the pop filter just like that. Now, what I do is I put my arm through here. So, for example, when I'm giving my presentation right now, I still have the boom arm, which is going straight up, but it's going straight up and it's coming straight back down. So my arm is actually physically through here on the other toner mic that I have going on. So let me take this off real quick and kind of go over a couple more things real quick here. So again, you get the adapter. Let me put this all to the side. You get this adapter, you get this adapter, and then you get this adapter over here. This is probably going to be your best friend. Again, this is a 3/8 to a 1/4. This is extremely small. If you maybe just want to throw this into a bag or a backpack, if you're doing a lot of traveling. So for example, if you're a gamer and you're doing a lot of traveling, or if you're a traveling podcaster or somebody that just wants to throw this in your travel bag, this is nice and small. The other one, like I said, it's about maybe 5 to 7 inches longer. You do get a different feel for that, but I actually like the construction better of this. It's a little bit thicker. It looks good. Now, for $40, guys, you can't go wrong. I mean, most of these boom arms are costing $100. I believe the blue one is $99. That's not with the microphone. And then the Rode one is, I believe, the Rode 240. I think that one is $240 or $250. But if you want to keep a podcast budget or just have a budget in general for your studio, I think this is a good way to go. Again, you get the boom arm, you get the desk clamp, you get the mic clip, you get the 3/8 to 5/8 adapter, the pop filter, the foam cover, and these 4 cable ties over here. Now, hopefully you guys have enjoyed. Again, this is the clamp and it's toner. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this little presentation. If you like what I'm doing, please let me know. If you have any questions about the stand, I will be posting some pictures with the review. Also, when I put this on YouTube, and I'll be putting also my review on Amazon with a link to YouTube. If you guys have any questions, let me know. As I like to say, shoot raw, shoot often, and edit on a rainy day. You guys have a good day. Enjoy. Bye.